Anthony, you wrote a really good piece at the beginning of the week, which has got some really great reaction. And the title of your article was Black Lives Matter, Protesters in Australia are just renter crowds.
The first criticism was, how dare I say that Aboriginal people in custody are less likely to die than non-Aboriginal people in custody.
Okay.
And Jacinta,
well, the facts are racist.
Yeah. But yeah, the actual renter crowd bit, people, the idiots didn't realise a renter crowd just means it's a figure of speech. It means people who turn up to the crowd who really don't know what they're there for, who will just go along, you invite them along, and they'll come along and protest. So this week it's Black Lives Matter. Next week it'll be something else. And just something else quickly, Dave. You remember when we spoke last week and you were talking about me being on the program, and I was saying, "Oh, look, mate, it's so touchy at the moment. I'll only say very general things. I'm a little bit hesitant." But as we've seen, there's a lot of people who have had enough of this, and they're speaking up and striking back. So I certainly feel a bit more confident tonight than what I was 5 days ago when we had a chat, because things were a bit more volatile even a week ago. So
well, I can relate to that, because I was watching Q&A tonight, and last night's Q&A I was just watching before the show now, and I didn't get to watch all of it, but the pain and anger on the words and voices and faces of the Indigenous people on that show was palpable. I can't deny that I'm seeing that pain. I can dispute and debate where it comes from, what causes it, and what's keeping it going. But there is a heck of a lot of conversation going on about this. And I think what I don't like about the show that I was watching was that there was no challenge at all to the narrative from the people that were claiming to be objective. And I'm like, well, either don't claim to be objective or challenge the narrative that's going on there. And specifically, we have to have this conversation with a lot of sensitivity. And I'm not going to apologize, but I want to, I guess, stipulate up front for anybody that's, going to be offended by anything that's said tonight, is ask more questions. Don't choose to be offended. Choose to ask more questions and figure out. Racist is just a reflexive, lazy response to hearing something that you don't like. And I'm not a racist. And I don't care if you believe it or not. But if you want the truth and you think I'm sounding racist, ask more questions, because what I'm sounding like isn't the reality. And let's have a better conversation about this. And I'll assume you're being sincere, and it's just the least that we can all do for each other if we're actually heading for reconciliation and racial harmony. Bad assumptions is not a good way to go.
It's not enough to do nothing. It's time for us to do something.